Right now, the search continues for a man wanted in connection with a death investigation in Jefferson County. We have the latest on what authorities are saying this morning.
Plus, officials across the country are looking into several cases of nooses being found in trees.
This is News 3 Now This Morning.
Good morning, everyone, and thanks for joining us. I'm Josh Breiter with Lee Linscheid and Chris Stanford. We start this morning with the latest on a developing story I've been following very closely. Right now, police are still looking for this man, Kevin Anderson. He's wanted in connection to a death investigation out of Jefferson County. Now, this all started Tuesday when deputies responded to reports of a possible burglary in the town of Sumner, just west of Fort Atkinson. When they got there, they found two bodies laying outside of that house. The officers were then shot at by a person inside the home, which was later destroyed by fire. Police stayed on that scene through the day yesterday, saying the owner of that house died almost 2 weeks ago. The DOJ and Jefferson County Sheriff's Office are not confirming if Anderson was the person who shot at police, but they are asking for your help in finding them. They say if you see Anderson, to avoid him and call police immediately. They're also asking that you avoid the area near Highway 106 and County Highway A, as they are still conducting an investigation there.
Breaking news overnight, Sun Prairie police are investigating a shooting. They got the call just before 10:30 last night on North Pine Street near the Prairie Athletic Club. Officers say someone shot at a car parked in a driveway there several times. No injuries were reported. Police say they do believe this was a targeted incident. No one is in custody at this point. The two Atlanta police officers involved in the shooting death of Rayshard Brooks are now facing multiple charges, including felony murder. Brooks was killed last Friday after police found him passed out in his car in a drive-thru, and he failed a field sobriety test. A struggle ensued, and Brooks got a hold of one of the officer's tasers and ran off. Officer Garrett Rolfe then shot him in the back as he ran. Rolfe is now facing 11 charges, and if he's convicted, he could face life in prison or the death penalty. The DA says the other officer involved, Devin Brosnan, will be a state's witness in the case. He faces 3 lesser charges.
6:01 right now across the country. Authorities are investigating 6 separate hanging incidents involving people of color. A woman, 4 men, and a teenager have all been found dead from hanging since May 27th. So far, these cases have all been ruled a suicide. The most recent of these happened just yesterday in Houston. But according to the Atlanta Journal-Constitution, they're fueling fear and suspicion of possible lynchings. Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee says she believes there could be more to what she calls an eerie pattern. And the mayor of Oakland, California, meantime, is calling for an investigation after a rope that looked like a noose was found in her city. A woman posted this video showing what she saw, a rope hanging from a tree. However, a man says that is not a noose, rather part of a swing that he and his friends built in the park for exercise. He shared this video of the swing in use. Despite this, the ropes are being investigated as a hate crime, and officials say extra police officers are now patrol the area of Oakland Lake. There have also been reports of nooses found in Harlem. New York Governor Andrew Cuomo shared this on Twitter earlier this week, showing an image of a rope. He says this incident is being investigated by the state's hate crimes task force.
There are growing calls for Governor Evers to order a special session this week to take a look at criminal justice reform. So far, Assembly Democrats and the Legislative Black Caucus have asked the governor for that special session to start Friday. We reached out to the governor about this session, but have not heard back so far. The Black Lives Matter Global Network has a new grant fund set up this morning to help in the fight against racism. The foundation announced they're setting aside $6 million in donations to support Black-led grassroots movements. That's in addition to the $6.5 million announced last week to support BLM chapters across the country. Starting July 1st, chapters can begin applying for up to $500,000 in support. The BLM Foundation says this is all possible thanks to the more than 1 million donations they've received since the death of George Floyd.
More food companies are moving to change their brand identities after criticism that they're perpetuating harmful stereotypes. Mars Incorporated says it's going to make changes to brand Uncle Ben's recipes. Mars released a statement saying that it's time to evolve the Uncle Ben's brand, including its visual brand identity. The company said it hasn't determined specific changes or the timeline for making those yet. Meantime, ConAgra, the maker of Mrs. Butterworth syrup, says they're also looking into how they can change the product's brand and packaging. These both follow the announcement from Quaker Oats that they will bring their Aunt Jemima brand up to date.
6:04 right now. Hattie's here with a look at your first morning weather. Already a beautiful shot of the sunrise this morning, Hads.
It certainly is, Josh. We have clear skies across southern Wisconsin. Just a few high-level cirrus clouds in the area this morning. They're not going to bother us at all today. No rain in our forecast. We've been in kind of a weather rut, but not a bad one per se. This area of high pressure on the east coast is large and it's not moving anywhere. And so it has backed up the weather systems and really prevented storms from moving across the country. So with the jet stream surging to our north, that's the storm track and where we see the showers and thunderstorms. Out ahead of that, the heat continues to build and we'll be warming up again today for southern Wisconsin. So here's a look at our weather track, a little closer view. We do have a line of showers and thunderstorms right along this stationary front this morning. Out ahead of that system, southerly winds. This stationary front, as its name suggests, is not going to move too far through the day today, so our forecast stays dry. There is a marginal risk for severe weather for far northwestern Wisconsin. And then from Minneapolis down into Wichita, a narrow band where there's the potential for some strong to severe thunderstorms, but not here in southern Wisconsin just yet. Our weather track showing you that skies are, again, clear across the entire area. This is where we start this morning. 61 in Platteville, 61 in Prairie du Chien. In the Dells, it's 57. Madison is up 1 degree to 59 this hour. Dew points are in the 50s. They're expected to climb a little bit today, especially for southwestern Wisconsin, where you may see some of those numbers creep into the low 60s. So I think you'll start to feel that humidity a little bit more this afternoon and evening. As far as heat index values, they'll be just a couple of degrees warmer than the actual air temperature. We should top right around 87 today. Heat index up to 92 across parts of southwestern Wisconsin. So just getting into the low 90s later on today. It stays warm tomorrow with highs once again in the upper 80s. Chances for rain have been pushed back a little bit now until later on Friday, then into Saturday. The official start of summer looks to be a wet one for us this year here in southern Wisconsin. Just a chance for some showers and thunderstorms then again on Sunday. But I think we'll have several hours of dry weather as well.
That'd be nice. Thanks, Hattie. 6:06 right now. New details emerging from the helicopter crash that killed basketball legend Kobe Bryant and 8 others. In preliminary documents detailing the investigation, the National Transportation Safety Board says weather and visibility were a concern. Leading up to the flight on January 26, the pilot and flight coordinator dismissed weather concerns. Documents also suggest that before the chopper crashed into a hillside near L.A., the pilot appeared disoriented by fog. He told air traffic controllers that he was climbing to 4,000 feet when he was actually descending. These documents are not the final report in the case. That report will determine the exact cause of the crash.
There's a new ruling from Wisconsin Supreme Court that could test the boundaries of how judges can use social media. The Supreme Court ruled that a judge's decision to become Facebook friends with the woman whose custody case he was hearing created bias. That decision upheld the lower court's ruling, calling for the case to be reheard by a different judge. This ruling is the first of its kind here in Wisconsin. It's the latest in a series of cases across the country regarding judges' social media activity and their ability to fairly consider cases.
Developing within the last few minutes, we're now hearing from former National Security Advisor John Bolton for the first time as the Trump administration tries to block his book from being published. The president tweeted overnight calling Bolton incompetent, along with other names, and saying Bolton's book is full of, quote, lies and fake stories. In the book, Bolton says the impeachment inquiry should have focused on other abuses of office, including the president allegedly trying to leverage trade talks with China to boost his chances of winning votes from farmers in November and stopping investigations into dictators he liked. The president denies those claims, but in an exclusive interview on ABC News, Bolton says that's a lie.
Is the president lying?
Yes, he is. And it's not the first time either.
Bolton's book, The Room Where It Happened, is expected to be released on Tuesday. It is already a #1 bestseller on Amazon this morning.
6:08 now. National parks could be getting a facelift soon thanks to a major land conservation bill. It gives the Land and Water Conservation Fund a guaranteed $900 million allocation every year, plus an additional $9.5 billion over the next 5 years. That's to help with a backlog of maintenance projects for the parks. The bill passed in the Senate yesterday. It's expected to pass the House as well. Well, backers say it will create tens of thousands of jobs and help increase tourism dollars to communities that are financially suffering during the pandemic.
All right, 6:09, let's take a look at the roads on a Thursday morning. Things off to a smooth start out there as we take a look at Dane County right now. Things off to a good start. Looks like just a couple of delays along East Washington Avenue. Rock County looking good. A couple delays north on Highway 51 as you head out of Janesville. All the main highways, though, moving at posted speeds this morning. That's your first one traffic.
6:09 now. While businesses try to recover from the pandemic, Google Maps is helping the rest of us help support them. How they're going to make your next curbside pickup a little bit easier. That's coming up after the break.
The CDC recommends that you wear a face mask when around others, but that wasn't always the case. Our nation's top infectious disease expert explains the change in policy. Coming up, you're watching News 3 Now this morning.
Whatever your water worry, Culligan Water can help. With over 40 filtration systems, all NSF certified, including the world's best softener, no one filters more than Culligan Water. The only water that comes with a van. Contact Culligan, the local water experts.
Here's to the road ahead. Trust Toyota to be here for you.
Now every hybrid vehicle in Toyota's lineup is available with 0% financing. With fewer stops for gas, Toyota hybrids give you the confidence to go farther. And with 0% financing, Toyota hybrids are even more thrilling. Enjoy more freedom in a Toyota hybrid. See your Toyota dealer or shop and buy online.
All from the brand you trust, today and tomorrow. Toyota.
Now, first in Surgenian's 90-year history, we're offering Karastan at 30% off, up to $1,000 in rebates and 18-month financing. Enjoy a safe shopping experience and price reductions, cash rebates, and special financing. Local, sustainable Surgenians.
If you have a fear of overpaying, you have FOOP. But don't worry, US Cellular has your back with the Samsung Galaxy S25G. Free when you switch, plus no activation fees. Stream without disruption, capture and post without restriction, and do it all without FOOP. Switch and get a free Samsung Galaxy S25G at US Cellular. Choose fair.
Relax, unwind, remain safe and secure in a new bath, shower, or walk-in tub from Mad City Baths, Wisconsin's #1 ranked remodeler. Now during our summer spectacular sale, get a new bath or shower for only $49.95. Ask about great financing and call during this program for a free $100 Walmart or Amazon gift card with your in-home estimate. And be sure to ask about virtual online estimates.
The Leadership Development Program is designed for people who at some point intend to become supervisors. It would open the doors for you for a lot of different types of positions where you're going to have people reporting to you. The #1 reason I would say students should come to Blackhawk Tech is that they're going to get a great education from great instructors who understand, make the learning more applicable to them, a real quality education at a very reasonable cost.
Seeing the joy that people feel when they share a meal with family and friends, that's why we do this. The laughter of kids around the table, the thrill of families driving through for a treat, the delight of not having to cook, and instead letting us safely serve you. It all comes back to taking care of each other. And for that, we'll be here with your favorites and always a smile.
Welcome back at 6:13. Breaking into the Alert Center within the last hour, Madison police are investigating 2 separate overnight shootings. The first on Madison's east side. Police responded to a report of shots being fired around 10:30 last night at Rosemary Avenue next to Worthington Park. Police found a gas meter was struck on a nearby street. The second shooting happened just before 1 o'clock this morning. That one, police say, was on East Johnson near North Blair Street. Madison police found a parked car that was damaged by a gunshot there. No injuries are reported, and police think these were both isolated incidents. If you have any information on these cases, call Madison Area Crime Stoppers.
Officials are investigating a coronavirus outbreak at a church in Sheboygan Falls. So far, there have been 23 cases linked to the church, which has recently reopened after the expiration of the state's safer-at-home order. The health department says none of the 23 people are seriously ill. They are being asked to quarantine while the department continues contact tracing. Health officials are confirming 10 new deaths and 300 new cases of COVID-19 around the state. Dane County has also surpassed 1,000 total cases. County Executive Joe Parisi says this data shows our work is far from over. State regulators say mismanagement at an assisted living facility in northeastern Wisconsin made a deadly coronavirus outbreak there even worse. 46 people have been infected, and that includes 10 residents who died at Country Villa Assisted Living in Pulaski. The Wisconsin Division of Quality Assurance determined the facility failed to adequately monitor residents and didn't follow public health guidelines until it was too late. The Green Bay Press-Gazette reports the owner now has to submit a correction plan and pay a fine of $7,600.
We're getting some clarity this morning about a confusing message regarding face masks at the start of the pandemic. You remember at first experts suggested that masks were only necessary for healthcare professionals. Well, now Dr. Anthony Fauci says that information was passed along because they expected shortages. And they needed to make sure that masks were going to go first to those working in hospitals and on the front lines. In a report from The Hill, Dr. Fauci reminds us that masks are not 100% protecting you from COVID-19, but that you are better off wearing one than not. New information out this morning, your blood type may influence how likely you are to get COVID-19 and how sick it could make you. A team of European scientists found that people with type A blood are 45% more likely than people with other types to get the coronavirus. They're also more likely to develop severe symptoms. People with type O blood are only 65% as likely to get the infection than people with other types of blood.
The federal government is now stuck with 63 million doses of anti-malaria drug hydroxychloroquine. The national stockpile began adding the drug to their supply in March, but now that the FDA is pulling its emergency authorization for the drug, they have no use for it. The HHS is now working with the companies that donated the doses to see what else can be done with them.
A drug that's showing positive results in treating adult coronavirus patients is now being tested on kids. Researchers say they're starting advanced trials of remdesivir in 50 pediatric patients. The drug's maker, Gilead Sciences, says the trials will be done in the U.S. and Europe. They'll involve children with moderate to severe cases of COVID-19. The goal is to determine whether the drug is safe and how well it could work. Remdesivir is the only drug right now with emergency approval in the U.S. for treating coronavirus infections. Google's rolling out new ad features that aim to help small businesses recover from the pandemic. Businesses can now promote their businesses for free on Google Maps. You can place a pin of your business to highlight services your business offers, including curbside pickup or delivery options. Google is also making it so people looking for a service can book directly through ads placed on Google. According to Reuters, they're also putting $1 billion toward free ads for nonprofits.
Just a few seconds before 6:17 now, and Hattie's out enjoying the patio this morning. It's a beautiful morning out there.
It certainly is. Yeah, we should almost do the whole show out here. It's beautiful this morning. Skies are clear. Temperatures are pretty nice. We're close to 60 in many spots. 59 here in Madison and Mineral Point. 58 in the Dells. 61 in Platteville this morning. As you head out the door this morning, you don't need the umbrella, but you'll definitely need the sunglasses again today. We have mostly sunny skies and a quick warm-up. We'll already be well into the 80s by lunchtime today, topping right around 87 after 3 p.m. this afternoon. So it is going to be a little bit warmer than it was yesterday. Now, we've been talking all week about these rain chances coming in for the end of the week. While the week end is almost here, Future Track shows you that by 10:30 this evening, there will be some showers and thunderstorms working their way through northwestern Wisconsin. But as they move into the southern part of the state, they're expected to weaken and actually diminish. Now, that's not to say that some folks in southwestern Wisconsin may hear a rumble or two of thunder tonight and pick up a little bit of rain, but most areas are expected to stay dry overnight. On Friday, though, look for an increase in the clouds with scattered showers and thunderstorms developing by the afternoon, and that activity is expected to continue right into the evening and overnight hours. Coming up, we'll talk more about those weekend rain chances and try to time out when you're most likely to get wet this weekend.
All right, thanks, Hattie. Yeah, that weekend rain, the timing is going to be really critical. Everybody planning to get out, could see some showers, could see some dry times, so she's on top of it. So it's officially summer break for Madison area kids after what's been a really hectic few months of learning online.
This new normal has led to a spike in screen time for kids, but as it turns out, that might not be so bad. Christina Laurie explains this morning. Hi, Christina.
Good morning, Leah and Chris. We often hear about the negative effects of screen time on all of us, but kids in particular. But now many experts are actually sharing its benefits. Child psychiatrists say young kids can learn their numbers, letters, colors, and shapes by watching YouTube videos. These videos can be especially effective for children living with autism. They say screen time also provides a place for kids to connect with each other, which they weren't able to do in person right now, as well as a way to keep in touch with faraway family and friends. They say now is the perfect time for kids to experiment with things like Skype, FaceTime, Zoom, or the Facebook Messenger Kids app and improve their ability to communicate through a computer. Psychiatrists know these skills will benefit them post-pandemic and far into the future. It is okay for kids to use their screens for fun too. Coming up in about 10 minutes, I'll talk about the long-lasting benefits that video games can have on your kids and why some psychiatrists say you should actually up your screen time for your kids this summer. Chris, Leah.
Yeah. So the American Academy of Pediatrics does recommend that children younger than 2, when we're talking about kids here, so kids younger than 2 should avoid digital media other than video chatting. And then kids ages 2 to 5, which is where a couple of mine fall into, shouldn't watch more than a couple of hours of like quality educational kids programming a day. But for those older kids, what Christina said could be totally worth it.
I was going to say, you're doing some research because this directly impacts this girl dad over here.
Yeah. I mean, because that's something we struggle with because they want it. That makes them happy, so you want to give it to them.
It gives them something to do, so you can get other stuff done.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you want to make sure you're doing it, responsibly. And as soon as you give them that device and maybe you set them up on something that is educational, it doesn't take long for them to, steer their way into something that's, not quite as good for them. So you got to stay on top of them too while they have those screens, and that can be tough.
What's the screen time recommendations for a 30-year-old asking for a friend?
Probably less than what you're doing, Leah.
Yeah. Something tells me you're right, Josh.
All right, 6:21 still ahead for us. There are just a few shopping days left before Father's Day, and we're taking a look at what gifts our dads say they actually want this year.
Some news you can use there. Plus, coming up in our next half hour, we're hearing from a dad about the stereotypes he's faced and how he's trying to change the status quo. Stay with us. News 3 Now this morning. We'll be back after a quick break.
Connect with News 3 Now on Facebook Messenger.
Green Tag is on now at Sloan Implement. Get a John Deere 3 Family Series tractor. Get 0% for 84 months or $270 per month on a John Deere 3033R with loader. Who says a day's work has to take all day?
Powered up with Sloan. Oh my gosh. Wow. Who am I?
Wow, is that really me?
They are some of the hottest videos on social media. Those videos claiming to instantly get rid of bags under your eyes.
Celebrate this 4th of July knowing you look your best with Plexiderm.
Lifestyle expert Annette Figueroa is here to tell us why she says this one is for real.
This one is for real, and I'm so excited. We even have a video that the viewers can watch while you and I talk. And you'll notice the model has bags underneath his eyes and some sagging, and all he uses is a small amount, and that's how easy it is.
All right, what's the active ingredient?
Okay, so it's silicates that are minerals found in shale rock. And what it does is it tightens and lifts the appearance of bags underneath your eyes in as little as 10 minutes, no prescriptions, and very little effort. And I did this to my father. We were at home, and we were screaming. 4 minutes, 34 seconds, completely gone.
My real true opinion is holy words I can't say on camera. These lines bother me. They really do. And this is absolutely unbelievable. I mean, I could feel it just lifting my skin. It feels great. Looks even better.
I'm Neela. I'm 61 years old. I'm a professional personal trainer. It's so important to be in good health and to be fit and take care of yourself. How it makes you feel inside is amazing. Plexiderm, seriously, it fixes all that. It makes you feel as good outside as you do inside. Honest to God, it's amazing. There's nothing there. Like, the bags are gone.
And not only does it work on the bags, it works on the appearance of crow's feet, fine lines, and wrinkles. So it targets all those problem areas.
So this would be a daily thing, or just when you want to like get rid of the bags? And
Yeah, it absolutely could be a daily thing. You have high school reunions, you have events you want to go to, you want to look years younger, this is it.
This 4th of July is the best time to get Plexiderm for $14.95. See it work for yourself after your first application. Your solution is at plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
Where will you
go first? Will it be familiar streets? Or perhaps unknown roads? Wherever you may go, Lexus will welcome you back with exceptional offers. Find a Lexus for every road at Lexus.com.
Lease the 2020 UX 200 for $309 a month for 36 months.
Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
Green Tag is on now at Sloan Implement. Get a John Deere 3 Family Series tractor. Get 0% for 84 months or $270 per month on a John Deere 3033R with loader. Who says a day's work has to take all day?
All right, time of morning. We always ask you to share your morning with us, and Paula's giving us a beautiful shot of what I believe are her peonies in the back of her yard.
I think so.
You could be right.
Oh my gosh, these are stunning flowers. Chris doesn't know anything about flowers, clearly.
I know which ones look nice.
We need to get you a
Those
garden.
Look good. I do need a garden, don't I? I picked this one this morning because it looks great.
There you go.
So thank you for sharing that, Paula. Snap a picture, show us what you're up to in the morning. Make sure to use the hashtag MyNews3Morning, and we'll show our favorites on the air.
All right, well, with Father's Day coming up this Sunday, we're asking, how well do we really know our dads?
A new survey from Coupon Lawn shows Americans waste more than $5 billion a year on Father's Day gifts. Here's their list of dad's least favorite gifts: clothing, books and CDs, greeting cards, personal care items, and gift cards. 87% of dads say that they just want a special outing, and that's the most ideal gift.
Okay, so I want you guys to break this down for me. My dad doesn't necessarily want any of those things, right? Exactly like the rest of the dads. So we decided to come and help him out with some landscaping, some rocks.
But that's a great idea.
Yeah, great idea. But my sweet, humble, hardworking father wouldn't take the help and did it himself. So we get out there and it's done already. And God
that sounds like my dad too.
What else am I supposed to get him?
Maybe you send him away. Maybe, you know, you say, hey, Dad, go fishing, go golfing, do something like that. And then you do the work while he's gone.
That's a good idea, Dad.
I bet he just wants time with you, Leo.
Well, I tried with the rocks.
A for effort.
All right, let's look at our weather today. We are starting near 60 degrees this morning. Here's our pet walk forecast. Oh, look at Duchess taking a nap today.
Aw.
We'll be right back.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Let's face it, dark stains and algae buildup can rapidly age a roof. But Mad City Roofing has the solution with our high-performance premium roofing systems. We're Wisconsin's #1 ranked remodeler. Get durable roofing with Scotchguard protection to prevent stains and streaks for long-lasting beauty. Lots of colors and styles available and thousands of satisfied customers.
And then we just wanted something we didn't have to worry about again. And we've seen this at Mad City or that. We thought, wow, that's the way to go.
Plus, ask about durable metal roofing options for a lifetime of maintenance freedom. And now during our Raise the Roof event, 75% off labor. Ask about 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for 18 months. Call during this program and receive a free $100 Amazon gift card with your free in-home estimate. Call 608-338-0590. That's 608-338-0590. Call now and ask about Mad City's Do More discount. Good for additional savings on new windows, baths, and showers, even kitchen updates. Mad City is ready to go to work for you. And remember, for roofing that looks great and won't leak, we got you covered. From metal roofing that looks like traditional roofing to our high-performance premium roofing systems. They're impact resistant, stand up to high wind, and backed with the Emerald Pro lifetime warranty. Call Mad City Roofing now to eliminate those roofing problems for good, and now take advantage of our Raise the Roof event. 75% off labor. Ask about 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for 18 months. And if you call during this program, receive a free $100 Amazon gift card with your free in-home estimate. Call 608-338-0590. That's 608-338-0590.
Calling all grass masters, fescue fanatics, and stewards of St. Augustine. To the springtime sprawlers, backyard scholars, and cultivators of the cul-de-sac. Whether you're a rookie or a pro, run with us. For all the green thumbers, newcomers, and toy picker-uppers, run with us on a John Deere mower. Because this is more than just grass. It's home. Nothing runs like a Deere.
Get your John Deere now at the Power Centers of Madison.
Welcome to the Del Bar. One visit and you'll fall in love. A supper club you'll adore. 3 generations and a Wisconsin tradition for over 75 years. We are now open, so take a drive. We would love to have you come and dine with us. The Del Bar, since 1943, Wisconsin Dells.
Protesters going back to where it all started will tell you about the demonstrations you missed while you were sleeping.
And it is going to heat up around here today. Maybe we should take our cues from the polar bear. It's a pool day forecast coming up.
This is News 3 Now this morning.
Good morning, folks. Thanks for joining us on your Thursday morning. We're glad to have you with us. It is June 18th. First this morning, the search continues for a person of interest in a death investigation out of Jefferson County.
Deputies are now looking for someone in connection to the scene where they found 2 people dead.
I'm still waiting for a call back from Jefferson County authorities this morning as we want to learn more about the man you see right here on the screen. This is Kevin Anderson. Deputies are looking for the 68-year-old in connection to that active investigation, but won't tell News 3 Now anything more than that. If you see him, the sheriff's office wants to hear from you this morning. Deputies found the 2 bodies outside of a home in the town of Sumner near Fort Atkinson. When officials got there, they say a person inside shot at them before the house went up in flames. According to property records, the owner of that home died nearly 2 weeks ago. We were at the scene all day yesterday and weren't allowed near the home. It is still unclear if deputies believe Anderson is the shooter or what connection he may have to their investigation.
New this morning, Capitol Square once again crowded with protesters overnight demanding justice and reform. The group started their demonstration at Park Street in West Washington at about 9:30 last night. They moved towards the Capitol, gathering in front of the building on the State Street side until just before 1 o'clock this morning. The group of about 100 people listened to several speakers and gathered peacefully. Protesters weren't, though, just limited to Madison.
We're also dealing with a pandemic of racism and racial injustice that is challenging the breathing of our people of color and our society, and it needs to stop.
Video from Verona here where residents are pushing for reform and racial justice. They say they want to take action to dismantle racism in their community and beyond.
Wisconsin is coming in at the top of a list of a recent study, but it's not one we want to be on. According to a Wallet Hub study, Wisconsin has the worst economic racial equality of any state in the U.S. Researchers looked at 8 metrics comparing annual income, unemployment, and home ownership. Our state has the highest gap in median annual income and labor force participation between black and white people. Rounding out the bottom, all in the Midwest, Illinois, Minnesota, Iowa, and Michigan.
New this morning, we are learning that at least 99 law enforcement agencies across the country have used some form of tear gas against protesters in recent weeks. 3 of those agencies are in Wisconsin, Green Bay, Milwaukee, and Madison. According to the New York Times, it's the most widespread use of tear gas against demonstrators since protests and riots in the late 60s and early 70s. The chemicals are used to disperse crowds but are not allowed in warfare by the Chemical Weapons Convention.
6:32 now. From the last semester of online learning to the start of summer break, many kids have been staring at screens for longer than usual.
Christina Laurie is here this morning now to explain why it may be okay to up your kids' screen time over the next few months and even let them play video games as well.
This sounds like pretty promising news, right, Chris and Leah? This is a stressful time for all of us, kids included, and child psychiatrists say social interactions are a great way to ease some of that. However, it can be hard for kids to safely play with their friends while maintaining that 6 feet of social distancing outside, so that's where video games come in. Psychiatrists say these games allow kids to connect with their friends in a unique way through collaboration and competition around a shared activity. What they mean by this is that video games can help kids become more social, and there are many studies to prove this. One found that gaming can lead to kids having more friends and being more willing to talk to other people, and another found that gaming can make kids more inclined to help other people. Researchers have also found that playing video games, kids who play video games, are more likely to become civically engaged as adults. Now, overall, psychiatrists agree that real friendships, deep human connection, can be both created and sustained through online play, and these games are also fun, and fun matters for all of us, especially right now. Chris, Leah.
Yeah, I will tell you, as a dad with little kids, it is tough to keep them focused on the educational stuff and to keep them from wandering into things that aren't so educational.
I bet. Christina Laurie, thank you very much.
Screen time can definitely be a savior.
Indeed it can. 6:34 now. With Father's Day just around the corner, we want to introduce you to a dad who says he's looking to shatter a stereotype.
Sean Williams lives in a mostly white area of Long Island. And when he first moved there, he said most of his neighbors would compliment him for spending time with his kids. But numbers show the stereotype of black fathers not spending time with their kids just isn't true. Data from the CDC shows black fathers who live with their kids bathe, dress, even change their diapers more than any other group daily.
With the goal of bringing black fathers together, Williams is showcasing this reality with his new organization. It's called the Dad Gang. This stroller squad shares their tips and advice.
Hope it sticks in the minds of those who thought we were MIA.
You guys are getting faster.
That despite what the world says, despite the stereotypes that are out there, we are dad goals.
Great initiative there.
Yeah, and I will say that I've gotten a lot of comments, say if I have the kids out at Target or I'm shopping with them, people come up to me and be like, oh, what a good dad. Aren't you such a good dad watching your kids out in public like this? And who would say that to a mom? Who would go up to a mom and say, oh, good for you, Mom, you're watching your kids? I think that's also a stereotype that we should address.
Yeah, certainly. Sean Williams doing his best to shatter that stereotype.
Coming up on 6:36 this morning, Hattie's keeping an eye on that forecast. And as we go on day by day this week, we've been adding to that temperature, that high temperature every day.
A couple of degrees each day, right? You may have noticed it yesterday. Our high in Madison was 84, 83 in the Dells. Take a look at Janesville, though, 88. That's closer to where we'll be today. We're going to add another couple of degrees to the temperature today. A live look outside from the WIC-TV sky camera shot. Beautiful start to the day. Just a little bit of cloudiness on the horizon, but otherwise mostly clear skies overhead. On and off, been keeping my eye on some fog in Boscoville. Visibility back up to 2 miles there. Fog is not a widespread issue across southern Wisconsin. Humidity levels stay relatively low. Our temperatures this morning, we start out near 60 degrees. In fact, it is 61 in the Dells, 65 in Monroe. Janesville's up to 61 as well. Madison's still 59, but we're definitely seeing some more 60s on the map this hour. Dew points remain in the 50s, which is good news for us. You may be feeling that humidity just a little bit, but the humidity is not going to be a huge issue today. Dew points will hover between the mid and upper 50s as we head towards the afternoon hours. So humidity, again, creeping up slowly, but not terrible. Your future track heat index numbers, we'll see numbers close to 90 today, just a couple of degrees warmer than the actual air temperature. May top feeling like 89 here in Madison. May see a heat index of 90 degrees in Prairie du Chien. Through the afternoon and evening hours, though, if you have outdoor plans later on today, it's still going to be quite warm. The heat index will still be in the lower 80s by 8 p.m. So again, take plenty of water if you're going to be outside. Future track forecast shows you temperatures, thanks to that sunshine and southerly wind, are going to climb quickly today. We're back into the 80s by lunchtime. Again, topping right around 87 here in Madison. Lone Rock 87, 84 for the high today in the Dells. Rain chances have been pushed back even further, so it looks like we'll stay dry tonight. As those showers and thunderstorms try to move into southern Wisconsin, they'll begin to fall apart. So most of us will wake up to dry conditions tomorrow morning. Here's a look at that extended forecast. We have highs still in the 80s on Friday. Showers and thunderstorms will move in for the afternoon. Rain is likely on Saturday. On Sunday, though, looks like we could squeak out a few dry hours, especially through the middle of the day. good timing, especially for Father's Day.
Yeah, we appreciate that, Hattie. Thank you very much. 6:38 now. We're hoping for better news this morning after seeing a dip in the percent of coronavirus recoveries across the state. 70% of the more than 23,000 confirmed cases have recovered. That's down from 74% yesterday. We are still below that 3% mark, though, for the percentage of cases coming back positive. It's currently at 2.6%. New this morning, nearly 98,000 confirmed cases are in Texas. Now they have nearly as many cases as Canada and more confirmed cases than what's been reported out of China. Texas Governor Greg Abbott is blaming the surge on younger people. He says most people testing positive since the start of the month are younger than 30. The state set a new record yesterday with more than 2,600 new cases coming back positive and more than 2,500 new hospitalizations. This is the 5th day of record highs for that state.
With Dane County in phase 2 now and a lot of other states and municipalities gradually reopening, it's back to work for a lot of people, but not everyone wants to pack it up and head back to the office.
Yeah, a new survey shows half of American professionals are reluctant to go back. Their main concern is their health. Less than a third plan to go back to their offices when they reopen, but for many, it's not expected to be a point of contention between them and their bosses. 40% of respondents say their employer isn't forcing them to return.
Nearly 2/3 say they're more productive at home than they are at the office, even while juggling childcare and other responsibilities. Half say they're seeing their colleagues and workplace camaraderie as what they'd look forward to the most when they return. 20% say there's nothing they're looking forward to.
Ooh, strong opinion there. Hey, I would miss you guys if I had to work from home again.
Nice?
For that one week that I was home, I mean, that was a couple of months ago, it was a hard week for me. I'm a person that I like feed off of other people's energy. So being by myself and literally not leaving my apartment all day back when it was colder outside, it is not good for the head.
Yeah, you're
at least
such
for me.
an extrovert. That was tough for you. I did it for a week. I will say it's lonely to work from home.
Yeah, I think it works better in certain situations.
True.
Our jobs are tough. It can be done from home, but other jobs you got to go somewhere to do it. So I think on the other side of this, we are going to see some changes that, maybe changes the workplace.
Maybe some changes in our waistbands, too. If I'm working from home, I'm eating the whole time.
I know, that's my problem. I was like, my cupboard was constantly just being gone through that entire time. It was bad, but don't have to worry about that anymore, at least for us.
That's
a lot of people still at home. So guys, I'm tracking some new data this morning showing as more people return to work worldwide, global greenhouse gas emissions are rebounding, and it's happening quickly. Just take a look at this graphic from the New York Times this morning. It shows just how much emissions are falling and rising. At its best, global emissions fell by 17% compared to 2019. But now in mid-June, emissions are just 5% below 2019's average. In China, emissions are back to pre-pandemic levels, and scientists say it's a stark reminder that even as the pandemic continues, the world is still far from mitigating the effects of global warming. 6:41, let's check in on the roads on this Thursday morning. Things off to a pretty smooth start out there. No crashes to report so far this morning. Looks like we're seeing a few more delays pop up near downtown and the Capitol. Stoughton Road as well. If you're hopping on the Beltline, though, looks like things are off to a smooth start. You're moving at posted speeds. Let's take a live look outside on this Thursday morning. Beautiful start so far out there. A look at the Polar Bears pool. We're on Bear Watch coming up. You're watching News 3 Now this morning. We thank you for that, and we'll be right back.
Reflect on this. You can have a lasting career in one of today's hottest fields with an online degree from Herzing University. Apply now and pay no enrollment fee. I'm possible at Herzing. Call or click today.
Get a great deal on the Kubota L-Series tractor. Built upon a solid foundation of cast iron and steel, the Kubota L-Series tractor is the #1 selling compact tractor in the U.S. for over 10 years. With a powerful Kubota diesel engine and dependable gear or HST transmission, it's ready to take on your toughest projects. Right now, get the L2501 HST for payments as low as $149 a month.
You wash your cars and clothes and canines. You wash your cars and clothes and canines. You wash your cars and clothes and canines. At the Magic Wash. At the Magic Wash. Whoa.
Throughout the COVID-19 pandemic, Baca Enterprises is truly humbled and thankful to all of our employees, residents, families, and vendors for their patience and cooperation.
Our employees have gone above and beyond with sanitation efforts, altering their daily routines, all while spreading joy and happiness throughout our communities.
Looking to the future, Baca Enterprises will be here for you.
To provide a sense of security and to provide comfort by keeping you safe and healthy.
Baca Enterprises is helping you live life with confidence. Visit our website to schedule your tour today.
It's here, Slumberland's huge clearance event. You do not want to miss this one. Massive markdowns all over. Closeouts, floor samples, one-of-a-kind items, crazy low prices like sofas as low as $278, this gorgeous bed on closeout for only $148, or this classic sectional for just $799. Plus, get totally free doorstep shipping. No contact, no minimum. Hurry into our huge clearance event and save. Only at Slumberland Furniture.
Now is the time to change your life. Herzing University makes it possible without leaving home. Start studying online and take the first step toward a new career.
I'm possible at Herzing.
Madison's not happy treating people differently because of their race.
I've learned when I've been out reporting on the front lines that everyone is impacted differently, but it's also important to take some time to not judge people and to understand where they're coming from and why they might be angry or why they might be sad.
This is our opportunity. You do see the best in some people coming out.
This time feels different. This time, I think, a real conversation may begin.
You know, as journalists, we're ready to jump on breaking news at any given moment.
That's right, and one news crew in New York ended up following a very important story. My producer wrote that one. Folks, we're bringing back Bear Watch. Take a look at this. This is new video just into the newsroom this half hour. A news team in Boston was on assignment when they saw this little guy running through a suburb of New York City. Oh, he's big. They first saw it in a downtown parking garage, chased it out of there and up the road. Then they followed it through a city park, and it eventually disappeared into the woods. Apparently, there have been multiple bear sightings in that area recently, so just add this one to the list.
Because what do you do when you see a bear? You chase it, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm 100% on board with this assignment. Look at that guy.
Cutie. Hi, buddy.
Kudos to News 12 in Westchester for tracking down this one.
My kind of news crew there.
I love that video. All right, so we've got another very important story for you. If you want some animals but don't want to get up close and personal as those journalists can, you can go see our favorite polar bear over at the Henry Vilas Zoo in person. That zoo reopens at 9:30 this morning, but with some new rules.
That's right. You are going to have to use the one-way path throughout the grounds, and the Lake Wingra entrance will be closed. Outdoor buildings and play areas are also going to be closed, and the latest that you can enter the zoo will be 4:30 in the afternoon.
I mean, it's, oh, there he is. I was going to say, he's been going all morning, now all of a sudden it got quiet.
Yeah, well, I'm sure it's already pretty warm outside for the polar bear, and it's only going to get hotter today. So the pool is the right idea for the polar bear, and maybe for you today. Take a look at our forecast. We have sunny and very warm conditions expected today. Our temperatures are going to climb quickly through the 70s, well into the 80s, topping right around 87. May feel just a little bit warmer today as well when you factor in some of the humidity that's going to start building into the area. Now, as far as rain chances, the rain is pretty close right now, just west of Minneapolis this morning. These showers and thunderstorms, though, are going to have a hard time working their way east today. So our forecast is dry. The severe weather outlook is just a marginal risk for areas like Minneapolis down to Omaha. For southern Wisconsin, though, it's a dry forecast through the day today, and I've actually pushed back those rain chances tonight. Looks like most of us will stay dry tonight. Our better chances for rain arrive Friday afternoon, and then those rain chances continue as we head right into the upcoming weekend. So in just a few minutes, we'll try and time out those rain chances for Saturday and Sunday.
Sounds good. Thanks, Addie. Coming up in the sprint, what the president is doing to try and prevent veteran suicides across the country.
At 6:47, stick around. We'll be right back.
Download the Channel 3000 app today.
is the training ground for her dreams policy from American Family Insurance. Insure carefully. Dream fearlessly.
Work smarter. Use the cloud to securely print, scan, and collaborate. GI Office Technologies, helping businesses like yours.
Are you behind on your mortgage? Is the bank threatening to take your home? Are you considering trying to get a loan modification on your own? Did you know that less than 5% of people who tried on their own actually got a modification? At the Mortgage Modification Helpline, we know the rules and regulations banks don't want you to know about, and we've helped thousands of people stay in their homes. So call the Mortgage Modification Helpline today.
Please call 800-631-7749.
Only Steinhafel sells more Tempur-Pedic than anyone else. And right now, get $300 in Steinhafel's cash with any Tempur-Pedic. We are Wisconsin's #1 Tempur-Pedic retailer.
Support Clean Lakes Alliance with a virtual Loop the Lake. Ride, walk, run, or whatever in your own neighborhood. Socially distanced fun to support our lakes.
We asked real customers what they really love about Spectrum Internet and TV.
Spectrum Internet has the fastest speeds for everything I do.
There is no turning wheel. It's immediate.
Spectrum is the fastest. Bam.
Get the fastest download speeds with the most reliable performance with Spectrum Internet, delivering starting speeds of 200 megabits. That's more than enough for all your devices for $44.99 a month. Call 833-906-4499.
I can't get over how much on-demand Spectrum has. I can literally watch a new movie every night.
I got all my shows, and he's got all his shows. With the Spectrum TV app, I can watch live TV anywhere. It's perfect.
Add Spectrum TV and enjoy more free HD and more free on demand. Plus, use the Spectrum TV app to watch live TV on the go, all from $44.99 a month. Call 833-906-4499.
The fact that they don't have contracts, that says a lot about their service.
Get Spectrum Internet and TV from $44.99 a month each with no contracts. Install Spectrum services yourself. Get a self-installation kit shipped right to your home. Call 833-906-4499.
The open road, the wind in your hair, the feeling of freedom that drives us to go out and discover. At Chevy, we're committed to getting you there with confidence and peace of mind. That's why your Chevy Clean dealers commit to using enhanced vehicle cleaning measures with CDC-approved cleansers. If you need a new Silverado, get 0% APR for 72 months or $5,500 cash allowance on all Silverado Crew Cab pickups. You may even shop online and take delivery at home where available.
Download the Channel 3000 First Warn Weather app today.
Welcome back at 6:51. Time for the morning sprint.
The search continues for a person of interest this morning as part of a death investigation in Jefferson County. I've been calling authorities there all morning, but have yet to hear any updates as we wait to learn more about the man you see right here on your screen. This is Kevin Anderson. Deputies are looking for the 68-year-old in connection to that active investigation, but won't tell us anything more than that. If you see him, the sheriff's office wants to hear from you. Deputies found the two bodies outside of a home in the town of Sumner near Fort Atkinson. When officials got there, they say a person inside shot at them before the house went up in flames. According to property records, the owner of that home died nearly 2 weeks ago. We were at that scene all day yesterday and weren't allowed near the home. It's unclear if deputies believe Anderson is the shooter or what connection he may have in their investigation.
Capitol Square once again crowded with protesters overnight demanding justice and reform. The group started their demonstration at Park Street in West Washington at about 9:30 last night, moved towards the Capitol, gathering in front of the building on the State Street side until just before 1 this morning. The group of about 100 people listened to several speakers and gathered peacefully.
Wisconsin is coming in at the top of a list of a recent study, but it's not one we want to be on. According to a Wallet Hub study, Wisconsin has the worst economic racial equality of any state in the U.S. Researchers looked at 8 metrics comparing annual income, unemployment, and home ownership. Our state has the highest gap in median annual income and labor force participation between black and white people.
We're learning at least 99 law enforcement agencies across the country have used some form of tear gas against protesters in recent weeks. 3 of those in Wisconsin, Green Bay, Milwaukee, and Madison. According to the New York Times, it's the most widespread use of tear gas against demonstrators since protests and riots in the late 60s and early 70s.
We're hoping for better news this morning after seeing a dip in the percent of coronavirus recoveries across the state. 70% of the more than 23,000 confirmed cases have recovered. That's down from 74% yesterday. We are still below that 3% mark for the percentage of cases coming back positive. It's currently at 2.6%.
With nearly 98,000 1,000 confirmed cases. Texas now has nearly as many coronavirus cases as Canada and more confirmed cases being reported in China. Texas Governor Greg Abbott is blaming the surge on young people. He says most people testing positive since the beginning of the month are people younger than 30. The state set a new record yesterday with more than 2,600 new cases coming back positive and more than 2,500 new hospitalizations. It was the 5th day of record highs for Texas.
New this morning, Madison police are looking for the person responsible for shooting a man on the city's west side overnight. It happened around 9:30 on Traceway Drive near Fish Hatchery Road. Police say the victim did have one gunshot wound but was expected to recover. Bullets hit at least one other building in the area as well. Police say they do believe this is an isolated incident.
Madison police are looking to find a shooter this morning accused of shooting a man several times on Madison's south side. This happened at 3:30 yesterday afternoon at 3rd Avenue and Center Street near the Boys and Girls Club of Dane County. A person at the scene told police the victim left the area not too long after a man in his 20s showed up at the hospital with multiple gunshot wounds. He is expected to recover.
President Trump is hoping to prevent veteran suicides with a new 10-point plan. As the Washington Post reports, it includes an interagency effort to bring advocacy groups and nonprofits together to address the issue. The president mandated the initiative last March with an executive order, but the pandemic delayed the plan's official release.
Vice President Mike Pence will be in Wisconsin next week. He's visiting Milwaukee to kick off his Faith in America tour. He'll speak at the Ingleside Hotel Tuesday. Tickets are available right now online. The vice president was last in Wisconsin in April when he toured the GE healthcare factory in Madison.
In just a couple of hours, you're going to be able to see our favorite polar bears in person. The Henry Vilas Zoo says it will reopen at 9:30 this morning with some new guidelines. You'll have to use a one-way path throughout the grounds, and the Lake Wingra entrance is going to stay closed, as will all outdoor buildings and play areas. The latest, you can go visit the polar bears 4:30 in the afternoon.
6:55 right now. Let's take a look at your first warn traffic on this Thursday morning. Things off to a smooth start out on the roadways. Look at the Madison Metro. No crashes to report right now. And actually delays at a minimum. Just a couple of delays near downtown and usual delays on the Beltline near Stoughton Road. That's a look at your first warn traffic.
And your first warn weather forecast. Here's a look at high temperatures today, mid to upper 80s across southern Wisconsin, so getting a little bit warmer than we were even yesterday. Here's a look at your weekend forecast. There will be some rain on Friday, especially from the afternoon into the nighttime hours. Scattered showers and thunderstorms are likely on Saturday with a high of 84. Some heavy rain is possible as well. Now on Sunday, there's still a chance for rain, but I think we'll have several dry hours as well with highs in the mid 80s. Heat and humidity will stick around throughout the entire weekend.
Thanks, Hattie, and thank you for watching, everybody. We'll see you back here tomorrow morning.